Daniel, great to have you back.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
Daniel, is the Eurozone going to get the kind of kickstart that it's hoping for, do you think?
I think it's going to be very difficult. These kind of recovery funds generate usually a perverse incentive for governments to malinvest, to massively increase current spending. And we have seen in the past, if we look at the 2009 Growth and Jobs Plan of the European Union and the Juncker Plan in 2012, that there is very little added growth, if any. So I think that we should not see the recovery fund as a tool for higher growth, but as something that will help the European Union overcome the challenges of the pandemic with a level of conditionality that may help strengthen, actually, the European Union.
And are there any safeguards in place for, say, malinvestment or misuse of the funds?
In this case, there are a few important differences with other occasions. I think that the fact that there is a conditionality clause, that the reception of grants is subject to the conditionality that we mentioned before, that governments will have to implement structural reforms in order to make the economy more competitive and to incentivize job creation, are likely to reduce the risk of malinvestment. However, if we look, for example, at the media, today in Spain or in Italy, the radical left is calling for massive increases in current spending and entitlements. That is not what these funds should be devoted to. And I think that the measures put in place in the agreement in order to prevent that level of excess are likely going to be exercised. And it's important to be prudent and responsible.
And I believe there's a possibility of veto in the control clause. What role could that play, do you think?
I think that that is an important factor, because if you look at the way that the funds will be provided to each country, the initial amount in 2021 is going to be actually pretty limited. In the case of Spain and Italy, it's about 5 billion. Then in 2022, it grows to about 22 billion. And then the vast majority arrives in 2023. This is important because this clause that we just mentioned might not be exactly a veto, but it is very much the same as one. It basically means that a member state can denounce that they believe that the funds are not used adequately and take it back to the Commission so that the Commission revises the way in which funds are going to be given to each country. I think that these elements and these clauses will generate an important effect in avoiding the risk of excess and bloated spending that inevitably would end up leading the European Union and the Eurozone into a debt crisis in 2022 or 2023. So the fact that there's conditionality and the fact that there are clauses that prevent these types of excesses, I think are important factors that we should take into account.
That's great, Daniel. We'll watch how it plays out. Thanks for the update.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.